I hope you got your walking shoes on because today we're going to walk the Wailea Beach Walk. Hey everybody, this is Tom Tezak with Wailea Realty, and today we are going to go for a walk on the famous Wailea Beach Walk, and I'm going to point out to you the different condos, the homes, and the most amazing hotels in the world situated here on the beach walk. Come on, let's take a walk. So we're starting basically right at the beginning in front of Meluhia. So this could be the beginning or the end depending on where you park and where you walk from. So come on guys, we're going to check out Meluhia. Really an amazing property. It's a gated enclave of 14 single family homes, but it's really a condominium development. It's the way it was set up so that they could build this right here on the waterfront on the beach. So you can't really find a nicer property here in Wailea right on the water. They actually don't exist. They're the only oceanfront homes that you can buy on the water in Wailea. So this is the beach club for the Meluhia Estates. All the owners have rights to use this beach club, so even the owners behind the off the water can come down here and get access to Mokepu Beach. The other cool thing, in front of Meluhia, it's all sand path. This is the only place on the beach walk where it's all sand. So come on, let's keep going. So we're right in front of Mokepu Beach and the Andaz. Andaz is a really cool resort. It was an old resort and they were gonna tear it down, so they gutted the whole place, and then all of a sudden they stopped and they decided to rebuild it. And it became the Andaz. And the Andaz is a really high-end, gorgeous resort, over 300 rooms, not a real big property. They also built some of these luxury villas right out front. Those are owned, and some of them are sold, some of them are owned still by the Andaz. It's a really cool property, some great restaurants, Morimoto's. There's the Bombay Beach Club, which is right down at the pool, and I have to tell you, their lobster grilled cheese sandwich is decadent and to die for, with the crisscross fries. Oh man, you definitely got to stop and check them out. They also have another restaurant up in the lobby area, and it's spectacular. So come on, let's go to the next place. So right on the edge of the Andaz, in one of this most beautiful little areas, this green space, the views are spectacular. It's just really one of my favorite places to come. But right over here, you're gonna see this rock pit. Well, this rock pit is where they cook the pig, and this is called an imu. And you'll see the banana leaves that they roll the pig in, and they get these rocks really hot, and then they let it cook all day long. And that's why they do the luau pig. So right now, we're at one of the first public access parking lots, and that's right up here. And sometimes there's parking, sometimes you have to wait. But this brings you down to Mokepu Beach, which is in front of Andaz, and Ulua Beach, which is in front of the Ilua Resort. So you can see there's a great turnaround. This is a really popular spot for dive masters to bring their walk-in tours. So a lot of people will come and dive right out in front here. It's a really cool spot, and you'll see there's always people on this path early in the day. A lot of people running, exercising, that are all staying at the resort or that live in the community. Plenty of parking and great access to the beach walk. So come on, let's keep checking it out.
Hey, lose about 20 pounds.
So now we're in front of Wailea Ilua. There's 152 units in this complex. There's 2 swimming pools. This is the oceanfront pool. There's storage for paddleboards and kayaks. And this is a condominium. So you can buy a unit in here, one of those 152 units, and rent it out and do vacation rentals on it. Really a spectacular property. One of the original complexes here in Wailea in South Maui. And it sits right on one of the most beautiful beaches, Wailea, or it's the Ilua Beach. So a little different spelling, but sounds almost the same. So let's keep going. So this is a really cool spot in Ilua. This is the oceanfront lawn, and it's private. All of these beach walks work through and in front of all of the private properties, and they allow everybody to trespass going through these properties. So this space right here was not really developed for a long time. And then the association decided we're going to turn this into a private space for all of our owners and our guests. So it's really a cool spot. One other thing to know, the Wailea Beach Walk is about 1.6 mile trek, and round trip about just over 3 miles. There is no loop, so if you park on one end and you walk to the other end, if you don't have another car down there, you have to walk back. So it's a nice 3-mile jaunt here in Wailea, but I gotta tell you what, it doesn't seem like a 3-mile walk because the beauty is so incredible, it just takes your breath away. So let's keep checking it out. Now, one of the cool things about this location is they've got a viewing scope for watching the whales. We are in a national whale sanctuary here in Wailea and out at the ocean. And during a whale season, which is usually from early December through the end of March, it's really spectacular. Let's keep checking it out. We'll talk a little bit more in a few seconds. Wailea Beach Marriott has about 547 rooms. You can see it spreads a ton of oceanfront land, and it's just a really cool spot. Another cool thing about this resort is they've got this really cool sand sculpture pit. And so there's always something out here. If you have a special event, like if you had a corporate event, they'll do special sand sculptures, but there's always a sand sculpture here, and it's just a really cool place. The restaurants here, there's a couple pools, and then there's a couple restaurants. Humble Market by Roy Yamaguchi, and then Kappa Bar and Grill, which is also in this property. It's just a really fun spot. I hope you enjoyed our little trip through Wailea Beach Marriott. Let's go on to the next property. We're right at the edge of the Wailea Marriott, and it's really cool. So if you come unprepared like I did today and didn't bring a bottle of water, or you want to get a cup of coffee, there's a great little coffee kiosk right at the end. And then over to our the side here where you see all the tables, that's the Wailea Beach luau grounds. So if you're out for a walk in the evening and there's a luau going on, you can sort of just hang out here and just check it out for a few minutes, or buy tickets even better and go have an amazing Hawaiian experience at the Wailea Beach Luau. From here, we're going to continue walking, and we're going to get to the Grand Wailea, one of the biggest resorts in Wailea. So come on. So, you know, I just said that after the Wailea Beach Resort is the Grand Wailea, but tucked right in between on a little sliver of land that goes up the hillside is the Wailea Beach Villas. It's 98 condominiums, probably one of the most spectacular constructions here on the beach. It is a vacation rental property, and it's just a beautiful spot. So you check out our video, and we'll talk all about Wailea Beach Villas if you want more information. But this resort and condominium just lands right onto the Wailea Beach, which is coming up, which will be right in front of the Grand Wailea Resort. So let's keep going. So this is the edge of Wailea Beach Villas. Again, a small little sliver of land, but you'll see these little cabanas and the umbrellas right here. Those all belong to Wailea Beach Villas. They have pool guys that will set you up. And then also down here, you'll see the green umbrellas on the beach. Those actually are also beach umbrellas for the Wailea Beach Villas. The blue and the beige umbrellas, those are for the Grand Wailea. We'll be in front of there in just a few minutes. Right now, we just entered the Grand Wailea property, and it's a huge property, but one of the things that everybody absolutely loves is the wedding chapel. So there's been talk on a couple different occasions about taking it down, building more rooms, but every time they do that, it creates this public outcry because so many people have been married in that little chapel, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's always unlocked. If you're on the beach walk and you just need a break, you want to get out of the sun, it's a great spot. Just walk over there. If there's nothing happening, you can walk in and just enjoy some peace and solitude. And it is just one of the most beautiful places you'll step into that's man-made on the beach here in Wailea. Let's continue on. I'll tell you some more about the Grand Wailea in a few seconds. So we're in front of the Grand Wailea. Over 770 rooms in this property. One of the largest resorts in Wailea. You can see we're right on the Wailea Beach. It's pretty spectacular. In high season, this beach will be covered in people and umbrellas, but right now it's a little bit slow, so it's really a great time to be here. You can see amazing views, and the resort is, again, very large resort. It spans quite a bit of oceanfront, several pools on this property, and one of the most favorite things that people have is they have slides for the kids, but they also have a grotto bar for the adults where you can go in and you can be in the pool and sit up on the bar stools. It's pretty slick. There's also a couple restaurants in this resort. There's the Botero Bar, which is right down in the middle of the resort, where they have the famous artist Botero is featured. It's really cool to walk through the Grand Wailea if you have a minute. If you're staying somewhere else, just come and check out the lobby area and the shops. It's really spectacular and worth the time and effort. At Christmas time, they do a tree lighting in the center court when you drive in. It's absolutely spectacular. So there's so many cool things about all of our resorts here. But the Grand Wailea here in Wailea is pretty spectacular. There's a couple restaurants, and I have to use my cheat sheet for this one because it's really hard to say, but it's Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Ku'u Kuapua, or commonly known as Humu Humu. Great restaurant here on the resort, and definitely worth the time to check it out. There's also a little restaurant up in the pool area, Bistro Molokini, and Cafe Kula as well. At the very south end of the Grand Wailea, this is their luau grounds right here. They have barbecue events, they have all kinds of cooking events, but mostly their luau is right here. And then you can see over here to the side is the beach. The other thing that happens here is there's some big corporations that will have live entertainment, some amazing bands like Maroon 5 was here, I think Taylor Swift was here, and some other great performances that these corporations bring in for their events. Well, the beautiful part about it is that beach is public. So there's been a lot of people who have gotten amazing concerts hanging out on that beach, but you gotta know, because you gotta understand who's on it and who's playing, and it all comes through the Coconut Wireless. And when you live here, those are kind of things that you find out. Anyway, let's keep going. We're gonna check out the Four Seasons is coming up next. So right now we're between the Grand Wailea. The Four Seasons is right over here, and right up behind us there's another public beach parking lot, and then we've got this amazing beach right here. You can see that there's snorkels and gear set up down there. So again, public is welcome into our beaches here in Wailea. We have it for everybody. The other thing to keep in mind is you see that boat out there? That's a snorkel boat. It's one of the best places in the world to snorkel, right off of the Wailea Beach Walk. So again, another great opportunity to come and enjoy Maui, enjoy Wailea here on the Wailea Beach Walk. Come on, let's keep going. So now we're in front of the Four Seasons. There's two amazing restaurants, Ferraro's and Spago, up in the Four Seasons. 380 rooms, so it's not a huge resort, really intimate, and Four Seasons is truly known for the level of customer service that is second to none. Also right here at the Four Seasons, there's another little beach walk cafe. So if you wanted to stop and get some sunglasses or get a muffin or a coffee, available right there for you to grab. And then again, we're on the other end of the Wailea Beach, just spectacular location. It really doesn't get much better than this. So if you're looking for the ultimate in luxury, the ultimate in quality, and the ultimate in customer service, Four Seasons is a great option. Every time you go around a corner, there's something more beautiful than the last corner you went around. Again, one of the most beautiful places in the world and one of the most beautiful sidewalks you'll ever be on. Let's keep going. So this bridge takes you from the Four Seasons property to the Wailea Point property. I'll tell you all about it in a few seconds as we walk around. So right now we're at Wailea Point. Wailea Point is the resort, but this is also right where we're standing. This is the point that goes furthest out into the ocean. You can see all the way down to Keawakapu Beach on that side, and all the way over to Pu'uolai, Cinder Cone that way. Pu'uolai Cinder Cone is where Little Beach and Big Beach are, so all the way down to McKenna. So this is an amazing spot, spectacular views. Wailea Point has about 120 units or so, and they're condominiums. They are for sale and you can buy them. They also allow vacation rentals, but it's a minimum of 30 days. We've got a video on this, so be sure to check it out. You should be able to click on the link after you see this. So coming up next is gonna be the Fairmont Kea Lani. Let's go check it out. One of the other really cool things about the Wailea Beach Walk, each one of the developments takes care of the path in front of their property. So you'll see some of the places they have the Hawaiian Garden, Coastal Garden information. So as you're walking through, take some time to enjoy it, check it all out, and learn a little bit about Hawaiian culture, Hawaii native and flora and fauna. It's just a super opportunity. Super opportunity. Here in Wailea Point, there are some historic or ancient remains of the Hawaiian hales. These are the rocks that you see, and they've reconstructed this from the ground, that you can see how they have the low walls of lava rock, and then they would build the huts up around it. So they wanted to recreate this and give a sense of how this island was hundreds of years ago and still protect some of the history and the heritage that is on the island. Wailea Point's done an amazing job, and just really appreciate that they do that as part of their property, and they keep it maintained and beautifully restored. So this is the end of Wailea Point, the southern end of Wailea Point. And then from there, it lands out to Polo Beach and then the Fairmont Kea Lani. So Wailea Point, again, is one of the properties that doesn't have a beach in front of it, but on either side, there's Wailea Beach and Polo Beach for you to enjoy from your unit. And really cool, Wailea Point is a golf cart friendly community. So there's golf cart parking areas at the beach access points where you would walk through the property and be able to get to the beach. Another great feature about the point. So let's go check out Wailea Fairmont Kea Lani. So we're right at the end of the beach walk right now. We're at the southernmost point, and we're at the Fairmont Kea Lani. It's a really cool spot. There are a couple great restaurants in here, the Nick's Fish Market, the Co Resort. These villas right here are in the front of the resort, and they have it on both sides, and they're really cool. They're like little apartment buildings. It's a really cool spot to be here in Wailea on the beach at the Fairmont Kea Lani. There are 450 rooms here, so plenty of room, and it's just a great spot, and it has the most unique architecture here in South Maui. Right next to us, where the beach walk will end, is also Polo Beach. So interestingly enough, Polo Beach is not part of Wailea, although people think it is. But you can learn all about it on our condos, castles, and cottages, as well as every one of the other condominium complexes. We've done condo, castles, and cottages reviews and overviews on those properties for you to learn about and check out. So we're just finishing our walk here at the beautiful Wailea Beach Walk, and this at the end of Fairmont Kea Lani, there's public restrooms, a little picnic tables, access to the beach, and then back here there's a large parking lot. Always seems to be room in this parking lot if you want to get to the beach walk. Thanks a lot for joining us, and remember, live your life with aloha and your life will be amazing.